That house is still standing, but it's completely charcoaled from the inside out, and you can still smell the smoke here several hours after that fire happened. Things look a lot different than they did this morning. The roof on the front side of the house looking almost completely done. Straight line winds actually took out trees like this one. You can see it is just completely out of the ground. You can see behind me where one of those cars involved in that drive-by shooting left the road and crashed into the grass here at Jones and 86. The highway is just gravel, but in other sections, the highway is fully paved to 4 lanes. Now, Rotman comes from a family of veterans. Of course, he's moved around a lot, but he's always come back to his home in Missouri. You'll find many cars here at this intersection, some even bumper to bumper, but at any time of day, really, police and drivers say you can find people speeding by, the downed wire and a downed weatherhead, which electricians are working on fixing behind me, damaged 2 parked cars. That crash happened about 4/10 of a mile from where we're standing right now. The Highway Patrol says there was no evidence left behind, making it harder to find closure for Hassett's family.
This happened too fast.
For William Brashears, his mom, Crystal Hassett, was his best friend.
She didn't do anything wrong. She was perfect.
It's why losing her is like losing part of his heart.
I didn't want to believe what happened, and I had to go and check.
Brashears was driving his mom and 2 others when he lost control and overturned. His mom was not wearing a seatbelt and was ejected from the car. Moments later, a driver ran over Hassett, who was lying in the middle of I-44.
We heard her asking for help, and then they made that not possible anymore.
Sarah Brashears was also in the car at the time of the crash.
It didn't even seem real. And I didn't know what was happening, and it just happened so fast. It's gut-wrenching.
The Highway Patrol crash team believes it was after Hassett was hit by the other car that she died.
They seem to think it may be something with a higher ground clearance, possibly an SUV or something of that sort. We know that it's a dark-colored vehicle, possibly black.
Sergeant Michael Mitchell with Troop I says physical evidence in a crash where someone leaves the scene is key to figuring out what happened.
It would be like vehicle parts. None of that was found at the scene.
Mitchell says depending on the situation, it's possible the driver might not face any charges.
So it's possible that the driver, felt that they hit something, but just wasn't sure what that was.
Mitchell says the Highway Patrol is at the mercy of the community when it comes to finding closure for the family.
And I really hope that whoever did it comes forward or is found, because it's awful.
Anita Williams has made call after call trying to find a safe place to live before Thursday. She did find one, but she wishes the process would have been handled differently.
This is the list I was given yesterday at Elevate Branson. I just started going through it and calling them as fast as I could.
Anita Williams spent the last 24 hours going through a list 4 pages long of places she could move her family.
I actually came here to retire. I wanted to put my grandbabies in the art program here. I heard it was amazing. And, I've tried to hang on as long as I could.
She showed me this letter from the city, which states the water will be shut off on October 26th. She paid up until November 3rd to stay at the Oak Grove Inn.
I turned around and paid another $900. And no, I'm probably never going to see a penny of that back.
The city tells me the water being shut off is not part of the Lodging Safety Initiative. Water cutoff happens after building owners do not pay within 30 days of their bills being due.
I've called between churches, hotels, and other agencies that, others have recommended. Probably 75 different places. They gave us a courtesy of 48 hours to be able to continue to work with the House of Hope, who has done many miracles here at this place.
Williams says she also received help from Branson Bible Church and has a plan for tomorrow.
I'm going across the street to America's Best Inn.
She says she's glad the city put the Lodging Safety Initiative in place and hopes it will continue to put a stop to places she says are scamming people.
Not only do you need to protect the people that are living there, but you need to protect our tourists as well, because they do have a say in this.
Well, if you wanted to get a pet lemur, Bailey, I know that's been a dream of yours. Unfortunately, you are out of luck. It's actually illegal to own one inside of Springfield city limits, which is why they brought the lemur here to Springfield Animal Control. But last night, it took officers several times to try to grab that lemur near Kimbrough Avenue and Woodland Street.
See the body cam footage of the police chasing the lemur. Who has a lemur as a pet? I wish I did.
An odd notification popped up on Missy Bouchard's Ring camera app when she was taking her dogs out bright and early Wednesday morning.
I looked at it and I looked at it again and I asked my partner, I said, did you get a notification about a lemur? And he goes, no.
A pet lemur on the loose and running from police.
In fact, it was just a couple of blocks from my daughter's house. And she said, if I would have known. And I was like, I know. You could have went out and found it.
It was not your average police chase, with officers having to get creative on how to capture the creature.
I was extremely happy to know that it was safe because they're not from here. They're not meant to be here unless, of course, they're in a zoo and taken care of.
Sorry, bud.
Although you can find a lemur at the Dickerson Park Zoo, the primate is not allowed as a pet inside city limits and the state.
Some wild animals and exotic animals do carry zoonotic diseases that can be transmitted to humans. So it is a situation where people may be putting themselves at risk for a health condition associated with owning a wild animal or an exotic animal.
There you go.
I asked Springfield Greene County Health what the repercussions are if someone does have an exotic animal.
They can receive a citation for that. There would be a fine associated with the citation. They would be heard in court.
$3.19. We got the lemur.
However, and they would have the opportunity to talk to a judge about that.